Thanksgiving morning at Walker Field in Ashland. The Ashland Clockers against the Hopkinton Hillers, the 69th meeting. And we're going to start with the national anthem, played by Mike Conti on the electric guitar. And we're going to have the colors presented by the Ashland American Legion Post 77, the James O'Carey Post. And nice job by Mike Conti of Ashland High School. The flag is raised on the Doris Capiunas flagpole. It's a wet day, but currently not raining.
Yes, sir, and we're ready for some football here in Ashland. Good morning, everybody. I'd like to say happy Thanksgiving to you all on what has at least temporarily become just an overcast day. About 10 or 15 minutes ago, it was bucketing rain, but that has abated. Now, oddly enough, before it rained, and it did rain steadily for a good 15 minutes, before it rained, the field was pretty well enshrouded with what you would actually term fog. Now, the rain washed it out of here, and, we had a leaden overcast, but now, as we look across the way, we can see that the fog is starting to make its way back in. So I would not be the least bit surprised to see some heavy rains revisit us as this game wears on this morning.
The lights are on here, and they are needed as it is overcast and a little dark. We're looking at the coin toss. All the Ashland seniors are out there, including Captain Adam Van Beek, 85, and Tim McLaughlin, 54. And the other seniors are Steve Dunn, number 70, Chris Small, 66, Jeff Silvetti, 23, and Tarasenko, 21. The Hopkinton captains are number 50, Paul Flannery, and number 59, Neil Perry. And we're going to see what happens here. The Hillers have won the toss, and they're going to take the football and defend the far goal post. As the teams huddle prior to the opening kickoff, in this, the 69th renewal of a rivalry that dates back to 1923. The first game in 23 ended in a 14-14 tie. And over the years, Ashland High has won 33 games. Hopkinton High, 32 games. Excuse me, Ashland's won 32, Hopkinton 31, and there's been 5 ties. So the Hillers are looking to even it up here today.
Well, Hopkinton is the clear favorite coming in here, as their record on the year so far is an attractive 7-2. They've lost to Holliston, which is a key team in this league, and they've also lost to Westwood, common opponents, and Ashland lost to both of those clubs as well. The other side, Ashland comes in 5-4. They've got a shot at a winning record. If they win the game, they end the season 6-4, and those 6 wins would equal what? 3/4 of their total number of wins since 1984, I do believe. And as we speak, the rain has started once again. So this is going to be quite a game, and I do think that the rain that we see here today may be an equalizer as we move on.
Clockers a long dry spell from 84 to 90. Here's the kickoff.
It's going to come down, and it's going to be taken up by number 5. That's Brian Libby for Hopkinton. But straight ahead, he's got a big hole. He's got some running room. Finally, he's going to be hauled down from behind. And let's see, on the tackle, that was Asenko, but not before Libby brought it to about the 27-yard line of Ashland.
Brian Libby, of course, has been a quarterback and a running back for this Hopkinton team in years past. Primarily a defensive back this year. And but he shows he's still got the moves as he takes it right up the middle, about a 50-yard return, and they're going to start inside the Ashland 30, first down.
They spotted at the 29-yard line. Now coming out to run the offense is number 28, that's Brian Pepe. He's got Diana in the backfield and number 44, Dan Shirley. And was it Diana or Shirley? Didn't see it there for a moment. Okay, that was Joe Diana, number 4.
He's their big gun, Paul. 14 touchdowns this year.
The pickup goes for about 7 yards, so that'll carry down to the 22-yard line, 2nd and 3. Early in the game.
Not only does this kid have 14 touchdowns, but he's been especially hot the last 2 weeks. He's had over 360 yards rushing the last 2 weeks.
This is the pitch back to Diana. Number 4, he's hemmed in, and he's going to be hit for a loss. But now there you saw the wet field, as that's where you're going to see it, as the running backs attempt to cut, and the field just gave out from underneath him. He kicked up a big clod of dirt, and that may have cost him about a yard, so it'll be 3rd down and 4. Hopkinton, they'll have no advantage to either side of the field as the ball is placed just about squarely in the center of the field. This is number 88, Dave Clark, now split wide out on the right side. And the handoff inside on the trap play to Flannery. And Flannery with a big gainer for the first down inside or right around the 10. Let's see where they spot it.
Looks to be just inside the 10, Paul.
I do believe, right on the 9-yard line.
Watch those sticks. They've got to go in.
1st and goal for the Hillers. Flannery and Clark again split out on the wide right side. It's Diana, however, and he pulls ahead for a few. He's inside the 5. So it'll be 2nd and goal, and they'll spot it at about the 3-yard line. Now the rain continues. It's raining here, but except for that one misstep, has been no disadvantage so far to Hopkinton.
Clock is back on their heels now. They need a big play or a fumble or something to stop this Hopkinton momentum.
2nd down. Diana again, straight ahead, short of the goal line, but he's down to about the 1.
Tim McLaughlin, 54, makes the stop.
One big play coming up.
Up front for the Clockers, it's Brad Mantle, 71. Chris Small is 66. Tony Frisori is 55. And Adam Van Beek is 85. Steve Dunn is number 70.
Same set for Hopkinton. Nothing too fancy about this. I don't believe they'll pass. Let's see what they do. It's Diana one more time, and he's in for the touchdown.
Just got in. Just avoided the tackle of Tony Frisori enough to get in. And a very impressive 29-yard drive after an excellent kickoff return by Brian Libby. Gives Hopkinton the 6-0 lead. And they're going to use Dan Shirley, number 44, to try the extra point, or is that 41?
I thought I saw 11. We'll see. Here we go. The snap, the set,
John Holden,
the
11.
kick, and the kick, I believe, is good. It is, and it was number 11. It was John Holden. So with 7:19 left to go in the first quarter, the Hillers break out on top 7-0.
Very impressive. Almost shades of 2 years ago when the last time they played here at Walker Field when Hopkinton took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. En route to a big win that day.
As you pointed out, Flannery very nearly broke that return. So one more time, the Clockers working from a deficit early in the game, as they're going to send Silvetti and Asenko back to take the kickoff.
Clockers currently ranked 9th in Division 6 in Eastern Massachusetts schoolboy football. Hopkinton ranks 6th. Their record is 7-2. Ashland's record is 5-4. Clockers looking for their first winning season since 1983. Also the last year that they won this Thanksgiving Day game against Hopkinton. It's been all Hopkinton since 83. As a matter of fact, in the last 15 years, Hopkinton's won 12 and tied 1.
Dan Shirley will kick it off. Here we go. And it's going to come down, and it's going to be picked up down there by Silvetti. Silvetti to the 25. Silvetti to 30. Almost broke it. Silvetti across the 35 and out to about the 38-yard line where Ashland takes it over, 1st and 10.
Jeff Silvetti had an excellent season this year for Ashland. Their leading scorer. Not playing today for Ashland, Brian Blogensteiner, and he's sorely missed offensively and defensively. And Asenko and Silvetti will start in the backfield.
Greg Carey calling signals, very poised sophomore. The pitch back to Silvetti, has some running room across the 40 to the 44, 45. He swarmed under, they push him across the 45-yard line, and the spot will come out around the 47. Nifty run by Jeff Silvetti.
Good start.
Boy, he was out on that on the pitch, man. He was around the corner quick as you can say, and the gain goes for about 7 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 3.
Clockers like to go to Silvetti on the first play of every game.
Wide side right, it's Ricky Porter flanked out on the right side. The fake and inside handoff is fumbled, and it's picked up by Hopkinton. The recovery by Brian Libby. That may have been a case of wet ball because they never connected on the, after the play fake, they never connected on the handoff.
It was one of those up fake plays.
And it may have just slipped out.
Where the quarterback carry is required to hold the ball way up in the air like it's a long pitch out. And as he came back down, it squirted loose on the way to the running back.
So we're down to 6:33 in the first quarter. And the first break in the game goes to Hopkinton. They take it over. The ball was spotted right on the 45-yard line of Ashland, so they have excellent field position one more time. And this is Libby. Libby to throw, throwing deep out there, and it's just out of the reach. And that was number 80, Greg Robinson, the intended receiver. As Libby unloaded when he threw the ball about 20 yards, and it was incomplete right at the 25-yard line.
Nice play. He was open.
Robinson had a step on everybody, and the ball was overthrown.
Surprising that they go to the air.
Well, it isn't. It isn't. I mean, I think a day like this is not a day like this. If there's a disadvantage, it's going to disadvantage the defensive backs, I believe, because at least the intended receiver knows where he's going. If the quarterback can get it out there. Brian Pepe back in, hands it off inside.
It's Jason Flannery again.
It's Flannery, and the pickup is a couple. So it'll be 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 8 to be exact. Clock is running, 6:10 to go here in the first quarter. And first 3rd and long situation for the Hillers in this game. Wonder what they'll do. Couple of backs set behind Pepe. The handoff this time to Flannery on the end around. He's going to pick it up and then some. Flannery to the 25, inside the 25, down to the 23.
Kevin Hatcher saves the touchdown with a nice open field tackle. Jeff Sudmeyer there, number 11, helping out. It's a 1st down inside the 25. They're going to spot it at about the 23. 1st down, Hopkinton, 5:39 left in the first period. Hopkinton 7, Ashland nothing. A light steady rain falling. WACA Field. Big Thanksgiving Day crowd. Mostly under umbrellas. Something new in the end zone this year as a result of the efforts of the Ashland and Hopkinton booster groups. It's a commemorative plaque, a very large one, a portable one, that has the scores of all the Thanksgiving Day games between Hopkinton and Ashland and all the captains and MVP award winners.
1st and 10, they send Dave Clark to the right, but this is Joe Diana one more time, and he picks up a bunt. Was it Diana? I beg your pardon, Shirley. Let's check. It was Diana, number 4. And that gain, let's see where they spot this one. That gain will be about 6, so it'll be 2nd and 4 as the ball is right around the 17-yard line. Mixing up the formations, Hopkinton is, and I think they're confusing the defense to a point. Again, Diana, and let's see, I don't think he got it because he had to get to the 10, to the 12. He might have, let's see. No, he didn't, he missed it, so it'll be 3rd down and a yard to go.
Looks like Shirley 44 is the blocking back for Joe Diana. They fake to Joe.
And this is the end around again. It's Flannery, and Flannery is going to cut it down and in. Touchdown.
Nice play faking by the quarterback, Brian Pepe. As they're really making use of their flanker, Jason Flannery, number 9. Several big gains, and that one goes in for a touchdown. Flannery already with about 60 yards rushing.
That's a tough play to stop if you've got a guy quick enough to really to do it, and good blocking ahead of him. All right, John Holden again to try the extra point. And it's Flannery on the hole, the spot, the kick. The kick is up, and this one's good again. So we're down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter, and Hopkinton has a 14-0 lead.
A grim start for the Ashland Clockers. The Blue Tide is being swept away here in the early going, but the good news is there's a lot of football left. 34 and a half minutes of football left. The key here is to get another touchdown. Let's watch that touchdown again on instant replay.
So, and as you can see, it's Flannery on that end around. Second time in the drive that they used it, because on the 3rd and 9 situation they used it, and he picked up big yardage, and that time it carried for a touchdown.
Back live now, getting ready for the kickoff. Silvetti and Asenko are deep, and when I say deep, I mean about the 15-yard line. The second tier finds Jeff Sudmeyer, number 11. Mike Hackett, the freshman, 43, a standout on the junior varsity team this year. Along with Ricky Porter, 32, also a standout, and Kevin Hatcher, 45. He let it go through to Silvetti. That's the man they want to have it.
All right, Silvetti drops the ball at the 30, but he fell on it as he took a hit. And again, I didn't think the hit knocked it loose, but it popped out. So Ashland will take it over. They're going to give him the 32-yard line. Ashland will take it over there, 1st and 10.
Nice coverage by Hopkinton.
Well, once again, as Silvetti did on the first kickoff that he handled, he tried to take it up the middle. And apparently that time the hole didn't open for him, but in any event, he did drop the ball. Now they back it up to the 30, and that is where he went down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from there. And we'll see what they do. Carry with the count, the pitch to Silvetti one more time, and he picks up about 4. And I'm going to tell you something. Right then, you saw number 71, Brad Mantle. He got away with a hold in order to let Silvetti get around that corner. I didn't see who was chasing him, but Mantle was hanging onto his shirt and hauled him down.
Hillers look like they're really going for the ball, too, on these tackles. Yeah. First man makes the tackle, second man goes for the ball.
Well, Thanksgiving Day gift as the pickup is about 4, so it'll be 2nd and 6.
Important for Ashland to score the next touchdown in this game.
Well,
doesn't necessarily have to be now, but a couple of first downs would give the offense some confidence.
Inside handoff. This is Hatcher for a couple, trying to churn ahead.
Good blocking by the Ashland front line. The offensive line, Mantle 71, McLaughlin 54.
Well, the hole was there for just a moment, then it closed up very quickly. So Ashland is going to be looking at third and almost 4 yards to go.
I would have to say this is probably a passing situation. Let's see.
No, handoff to Hatcher. He's got the first down. Nice piece of running by Kevin Hatcher.
There's your confidence builder as the Clockers get their first down of the game.
Because that was a gain of about 7. As they spot the ball at the 44-yard line. The clock is rolling. We're down to 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. A pickup of about 7 for the first down. A nice piece of running by Kevin Hatcher. Now the wide side is to the right as we watch. Carry, rolling, cuts it inside, loses about 3. And I don't know what he was trying to do. If that was he trying to, was that a pitch out play, an option play?
That's a play that they run for Greg. They've had some limited success with it. I think he's had 1 or 2 20-yard gains with it. Because Carey is a good runner and a fast runner, but most of the time it hasn't worked.
Oh, that hole closed very quickly. If he was going to cut it back in somewhere around the tackle, it closed up very quickly. So a loss. It'll be 2nd and 12. Carey on the count. Carey back to throw. Being chased, being sacked.
Blindsided, never saw it coming.
That was Scott Glassman, number 49, and he hammered him.
He's the linebacker, one of their best players on defense. This is a very tough Hopkinton team on offense and defense. They scored 239 points this year in the 9 games going into today. So they're averaging 25 points a game. And they only gave up about 80-something. So they're tough on both sides of the ball.
This is an obvious passing down. 3rd and 19. Carey. Pitch to Silvetti. Silvetti trying to turn the corner. Silvetti with a hole, but he's going to be ridden out of bounds. Or he's actually taken down inbounds, but nowhere near first down territory. As the pickup was for maybe 7, it'll be 4th down coming up and about 13 yards to go. So the pickup maybe of 6, but still 4th down and a mile to go. So they're going to send number 7, Jeremy Hurd, back deep, along with number 9, Jason Flannery. And Adam Van Beek back in punt formation. And I'll tell you, they need a good kick. A high snap, Van Beek handles it. He'll have time to get it out. And it's a high kick. It's not going to go deep, and it's going to come down, take a bit of an Ashland roll, and it's going to be downed somewhere around the 36-yard line.
They get credit for about a 14-yarder. Happy to get it off after that high snap. Adam Van Beek had an excellent season punting the ball. Clockers went for a little field position there, I felt, on that 3rd down play. It was like 3rd and 19. They ran a running play. And let's see, hoping to perhaps get a turnover in Hopkinton territory and give the Hillers a little farther to go.
Shirley straight inside. He was the only running back, and he took it inside, and the gain will go for a couple, so it'll be 2nd down and 8. That was an odd formation. Hadn't seen that before with just the one setback.
Straight power running football, yeah.
That sure was.
Straight at you. At least Ashland has Hopkinton in their own territory here starting the drive. The first 2 drives both started well into Ashland territory. Hopkinton already put 14 up, and the quarter's going to run out. And at the end of the first quarter, the score is Hopkinton 14 and Ashland nothing. Clockers look a little down as they come to the sideline. Coach Maines pumping them up. Long way to go in this one, 3 periods left to play. So although the start is not auspicious, it's not hopeless either.
No, but I would go so far as to say that I think the Clockers had better dig in and stop them right here and now. because if they fall behind by another touchdown at this point, it's going to be a real long way back. And the rain is coming persistently, so the condition of the field obviously is not going to get better as the game wears on.
Good to see number 36, Craig Pandolfi, out there. He's been gimpy the last few weeks. Steve Dunn also coming off an injury, getting some playing time. Hopkinton star receiver Steve Aswad also out of the game with injuries today. You know, the Hillers, the only 2 games they lost this year were games, real tough games. They lost them both on field goals to Westwood 9-6 and Holliston 10-7. Other than that, they've pretty much handled their opponents with ease.
2 guys in the backfield. This is Diana, I believe. Diana, let's see. In any case, the play carries down to the 45-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and about a yard, a little more than a yard to go. Diana again, and he's got it. He's been the workhorse here today, boy, carry after carry. And this one goes, let's see, not where they spot it. Can't even see the ball because they're wiping it off. They're going to spot it somewhere around the 47-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10. 9 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And the Hillers of Hopkinton lead it 14-0. Handed off again. This is Flannery from that flanker reverse. And he's tackled at midfield, but the first flag of the day. Let's see what it is. From where they threw it, I would say it would be something on the order of a hold or a bad block or some such thing. They're talking to the clockers. Let's see. They threw it right into the middle where the tackle was made. And the referee coming for the signal. It is indeed holding against Hopkinton, so that'll cost them 10. Good piece of luck for Ashland as they back it off to the 40-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 20. Actually, 1st down and about 18.
Well, let's see if we see the Hopkinton passing attack now. They've tried one pass today. Very well-run play to Robinson that was open, that was just slightly overthrown. Let's see what they do here.
Well, they went to Flannery one time too many, I think. Let's see. They do. No, 4 times. Flannery again. This time they catch him and drop him for a 5-yard loss. It was the same play from the opposite direction. The flanker reverse with Flannery, and they smelled it out because he didn't slip. He just got hit and tackled. Well, that's got to be a pick-me-up for the defense, as that cost them just about 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd down now and 23. They send number 80, Greg Robinson, wide over on this side. And he was the intended target on the first pass. Handoff Diana. Diana with room. Diana straight ahead. Finally hit as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So the gain is for about 13 yards. And we'll be at, it will be what, 3rd down and 10? 3rd and 10?
Yes.
3rd and 10. 3rd and 10.
Tony Frisori making the tackle. Tony playing linebacker today, as injury to Brian Blogensteiner has forced the Clockers to shuffle their defensive alignment. Steve Dunn has come in to play defensive tackle, and Tony Frisori has moved to linebacker, which would be Blogensteiner's spot.
Again, the flanker reverse to Flannery, and he's loose, breaks a tackle, carries to about the 33-yard line before he's tackled.
Big gain, big play. Big 3rd down play, goes for 15 yards and a 1st down. Well into Ashland territory. The Hillers are going to start from about the Ashland 33, 1st down. Deanna and Flannery carrying the ball.
Well, Deanna, the workhorse, and Flannery, the finesse from that flanker reverse position. They've run it about 6 times. Let's see. This is Shirley, and Shirley still on his feet, battles his way down to about the 25.
A punishing ground attack by the Hillers, keeping Ashland deep in their own territory and in trouble here, as the Hillers threaten to blow this one wide open. Clockers need a turnover or a defensive stop badly right now.
2nd and 4. This is Shirley one more time, and he hammers forward, and he's going to be very close to the first down.
He's a big back. He's hard to bring down.
We'll see where the spot is, and I think they're going to no, first down. It is a first down, and the ball is spotted. We can't see the yard line. It's going to be right around the where are we? Right around the 21, 22?
Yep.
Give or take?
Yep.
Right around the 22, okay. 1st and 10. Now, back to throw. And it's going to be complete out there to Dave Clark, and Clark takes it in for the touchdown. Brian Pepe to Dave Clark. There's a flag back at the line of scrimmage. Let's see. They may call it back, but that was a nice pass play.
And I guess it's coming back.
Evidently.
Second holding call of the game.
We'll see it. Yes, sir. Holding it is. So take the points off the board and back it off 10.
Big break for the Clockers.
Indeed.
Let's see if that inspires them. Hopkinton now facing a 1st and 20. They got to get 20 yards for a first down or a touchdown. And here's a good opportunity for Ashland to come up big defensively.
Pepe with the count,
They jump.
and it's going to be 5. That'll go against, I think, unless they were drawn. But at least two guys on Ashland moved. So let's see. It's offside against Ashland. So they anticipated the count, so that'll cost them 5.
Give 5 back.
So they gave it right back, so it'll be first down and 15.
They looked aggressive, though. A good sign.
It's easy to be aggressive before the ball snapped.
Find the going a little less rough.
A little less rough, right. Okay, 1st and 15. And they send Flannery wide out to the left side. 2 backs in the formation behind Pepe. They hand it off to Shirley, and Shirley picks up a couple. And the rain has intensified. So the gain is for a couple, let's say. So it's 2nd down, 13. And the ball is spotted just about at the 25-yard line. Clock is running. We're down to 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the first half. And Hopkinton is ahead 14-0. One more time, they send Flannery out wide on the left side. Pepe drops the snap, and he falls on it.
Loose, and he kicked it and then jumped on it.
Kicked it all over the field, but Pepe picked it up, fell on the ball, and actually that'll go for a slight gain, I think. So say it'll be about a yard. So anyway, 3rd and 12 or 13 to go. Let's watch Flannery, because they've gone to him on long situations a couple of times in this game from that flanker reverse position of his. That's been a most effective play. Let's see what they do. And they like coming in this direction. But they do send him wide on the left side. So Pepe to throw. Pepe looking and completes it. That's Greg Robinson, number 80. And he's got a ton. He's down inside the 10-yard line, I do believe. Let's see where they set the ball.
It's a first down.
And they're going to spot it. It looks like they're going to spot it around the 7, so it'll be 1st and goal one more time. Clockers call timeout. They got to talk this over.
Big play. Hopkinton must get in, cannot get a first down. They must go in for the touchdown. They're going to start at the 8. This can be difficult territory. The first down play, of course, very important.
Well, that was just one of those neat, just kind of drop the tight end off the line of scrimmage and drift the ball up there to him. And he's a pretty big kid. We talk about Adam Van Beek being a tall tight end, but let's see. Robinson is listed as 6'3" in the program, and he looks it. So they just kind of floated the ball out to him, and he went up and brought it down.
You know, I'm impressed with the quarterback, too, Brian Pepe. And he's only a junior, and he looks very poised in his first year at quarterback. Walker Field in excellent shape, so the boys are wet, but they're not particularly muddy. Walker Field with a very thick turf.
Here's a snap, pitch to Diana, rolling left, coming left, Diana on his feet. Diana, did he? I don't think so, but he's close. Probably took it down to about the 1 or 2 yard line. Let's see. As they move the ball marker down to about the 2, so it'll be 2nd and goal from there.
Nice blocking up front for Hopkinton.
Close to the goal line, about the 2 yard line. 2nd down for the Hillers. Hold the goal from the 2.
The last time they were in this situation, they went to Deanna, I think it was, for the plunge for the touchdown. Let's see what they do here.
And it's Diana for the plunge, but I don't think he got it. That was Diana. And he might have picked up half of it, but it'll be 3rd down and about 1 yard to go.
Well, if you stop this 3rd one, then anything can happen, right? Very tall order for the Clocker D, but let's see what they can do.
Diana, the only setback behind Pepe, and a hand to Diana, and he takes it in for the touchdown. Diana scores again. So with 2:57 left to go in the half, Hopkinton runs it to 20-0.
The Hillers split 2 tight ends way out on the right side, pulling 2 Ashland defenders with them, and of course ran the ball right up the middle, feeling they had a better chance against a 9-man line than an 11-man line, and it worked out well for them. Holden's going to try to make it 3 for 3.
The kick is up, and it looks good again.
And he puts it right through the middle. Very good kicker. And that's going to run it to 21-0 with 2:57 left in the first half. The Hopkinton Hillers flexing their muscles. Seem to have the game in hand now. A grinding ground game with the occasional 20-yard pass play thrown in on a big play there on 3rd down, too, to get them the 1st and goal at the 8.
They've passed, I believe, 4 times, including the one that was called back on a penalty? Does that sound right? There was one incompletion, then there was the completion just then to Robinson. There was the pass that would have been a touchdown, but it was called back because of a holding call. So they've passed the ball well. And actually, the one incompletion to Robinson, he had the coverage beat, but the ball was overthrown because that could have been mayhem just as easily.
The Clockers are going to have to start cheating on their pass defense, I think, because they're not stopping the run. It's a very tough decision, but on a wet day like this, you almost feel like saying, let them pass.
I agree, but the thing is they're also putting themselves in a position where they're going to have to pass. The Clockers, that is.
Oh, the Clockers are going to have to stop putting it up and see, at least test the Hiller defense.
All right, Shirley kicks it off. This is going to come to Silvetti one more time. Cuts it inside, gets a block, gets by a guy. Lot of open field. Shirley's got the only shot at him. Jeff Silvetti. Silvetti is going to take it in for the touchdown. Jeff Silvetti. Holy cow, he gets back 6, and there are no flags down.
Jeff Silvetti, for the only time in his career, takes one back. We'll call it 75 yards as he took it on about his own 25. One quick move, and he had one man to beat, and he outran the big fullback, number 44, Dan Shirley.
It was Dan Shirley who kicked it off, and boy, I'll tell you, he put on a burst. He put the afterburners on to get by Shirley, because I thought Shirley was going to get him.
He was in position to get him, but as you say, Silvetti just turned it up a notch. They're going for two.
Going for two, and it's not going to work. They went to Silvetti, and that was Glassman who got him. Scott Glassman, number 49, hammered him. But they got some points back, and they got them back quick. They got them back in 13 seconds. So with 2:44 left in the half, the score has been cut to Hopkinton 21, Ashland 6. And you know, twice before that, Silvetti almost broke them. Twice before, he almost did it.
He's a threat to score every time he touches the ball because of the great speed.
Well, he broke a tackle. Somebody had him by the shirt. He broke that back around the 30-yard line, got a block.
And came out nice and clean out of that broken tackle.
Right.
Came out on his feet and headed forward.
Yep, and he cut to the sideline on the right, and that left only Dan Shirley with a shot at him, and he outran him.
Jeff having an excellent season. Prior to this season, his senior year, he was a receiver and got to carry the ball this year for the first time, and really did a tremendous job. The rain really starts to come down now at Walker Field.
I hope that wasn't an omen, because that brought the rain. Oh, it's pouring right now.
This is exactly what happened last year at Hopkinton. The Hillers at home went up 3 touchdowns, and then Jamie Maloney took back the kickoff.
Savage kicks it off. It's handled by an up guy. He pitches back to, is it Diana? No, I beg your pardon. I think it was Flannery. Was it number 9? It was Flannery. So the run back is going to come back to about the 47-yard line of Hopkinton. So they'll take it over there, 1st and 10, with 2:39 to work here in the first half. And I'll tell you, 2:39 is plenty of time for them, the way they've looked here in the first half so far. So the Clockers they'd better stop congratulating themselves on that touchdown right now. Pepe wants to throw, has some time, lofts it out there deep, and it's intercepted. Jeff Silvetti. It was intended for Dave Clark, number 88, and it was not a well-thrown ball. It was underthrown. Clark had to come back looking for it, but Silvetti stepped in and picked it off, and Ashland will take it over at, I believe, the 32. Let's see where they spot it. It's to the Hopkinton side of the 30, so it's right around the 32-yard line, and they'll have 2.5 minutes to work here in the first half.
Well, you see that that ball was just thrown up for grabs by Brian Pepe, and you see that a lot in high school football. They just float it out there, and
it was nothing good about that pass. The pitch to Silvetti, the option. He's going to throw and it's complete down there. It's
Ricky Porter.
Ricky Porter. Oh, nice play.
20-yard gain, first down, Ashland. Silvetti to Porter. You know, I saw a couple of JV games this year, and Porter is outstanding on the JV team. They haven't thrown to him too much on the varsity games, but he's gotten a lot of work in the JV games, and he's really a standout. Well, big reception for him.
Well, obviously that surprised the Hillers, because, again, Porter had to come back for the ball. It wasn't a well-thrown pass, but it worked. We'll take it. So we're in Hopkinton territory, 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. It's bucketing, ladies and gentlemen. Carey calling the count. Carey hands it off, and this is Tarasenko straight ahead, and he picks up about 8. It'll be second and and there's a walk-off, a penalty. I didn't see a flag go down. Personal foul called against the Hillers.
That's 15 big ones.
And that's a big one, right?
After the play.
I didn't see a flag. I don't know. I didn't see a hit. I may have been a word that your mother told you never to use. I don't know, but
Hillers want to talk it over.
Yeah.
They're taking a timeout with 1:57 left in the first half. And so, things have turned around.
I guess so. Because-
Ashland hopes are high now, trailing 21-6. They got the ball deep in Hopkinton territory at the Hopkinton 25. They've got a first down. They're moving the ball. And Jeff Silvetti with the kickoff return ignited it, then kept it going with a pass interception.
Well, again, I can't say that I saw anything, any sort of a late hit or any such thing that looked like it would lead to that personal foul penalty. But indeed, they called it. And it brings the ball to the 25-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 and 1:57 seconds left to go in the half. So the Clockers have time. Chris Small, number 66, is in the backfield. This is Asenko going in motion. This is a pitch to Hatcher. He drops the ball, and it's going to be fallen on. It's going to stay in Ashland's grasp. Let's see who picked it up. It was Carey, the quarterback, who fell on the fumble. But that's going to cost at least, depending on where they spot it, because he slid back. I would say they're going to give him a 5-yard loss. 5-yard loss. It's more of a 4-yard loss because he slid backwards a couple of yards. So now they spotted at about the 29-yard line, so that'll be a 4-yard loss. I didn't even think it was that bad, but anyway. Couple of wide receivers. Carey with some time. Carey to throw. Complete to Asenko. But it's going to be virtually for no gain and maybe not even that.
Unfortunately, Todd couldn't stay on his feet when he received that pass. He was all by himself when Greg Carey dumped it off to him, but once you're down in high school football, you're down. There's no getting up and advancing.
No. Now the Clockers have called a timeout.
Got to stop the clock. They only got 1:03 left. A torrential downpour here on Thanksgiving morning. Refs trying to keep the ball dry. Each team has 5 timeouts per half in high school football. So the Clockers, I think, have just used 1, so they have 4 left. So it'll be a long 1:03 if they can keep the first downs going. And right now, it's a 3rd and about 16.
Well, in plain English, it's 3rd and past the ball. I would think. I don't know of any running play in their repertoire which, is that. Universally well respected that they're going to try
Let's
it
see
on.
if Silvetti's going out as a receiver. It's they're sending 3 wides out to the left.
That's Hatcher, Sudmeyer, and Silvetti out on the left side. Pandolfi to block, and Carey with some time. He throws it complete to Van Beek. Van Beek turns it upfield, and Van Beek gets back to about the 25-yard line, but nowhere near a first down. It'll still be about 10 yards to go. And they stop the clock again with 48 seconds to go here in the half. The actual spot of the ball is going to be around the 26, so you're really looking at a 4th down and 11 situation.
It's way too far for a field goal.
No way.
So they'll just go for it here.
Now Carey again has not had a lot of time to throw.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of a pattern they'd run. I don't know if he'd go for a flood tip in the end zone. I don't think he'd have time to let the receivers get in there and throw the ball in.
Well, the play that I would run.
Okay, Coach.
Would be the long pass into the end zone.
And try and let somebody run under it?
And let Jeff Silvetti just try to catch up to it.
Okay.
It's a play that's worked a couple of times this year. But they can get a first down here, of course, so maybe you want to try something a little shorter. Let Van Beek or somebody get about 10 yards down the field and hit him for a first down and then go for
Silvetti's on the right side. Carey back to throw. He has some time. He lofts it out. It's intended for Silvetti, but it's picked off. Picked off by Jeremy Hurd, number 7. And again, an underthrown pass, and Hurd came back and got it. So the Hillers will take the ball over. right around the 5, maybe the 4-yard line with 42 seconds left to go in the half.
On the long pass, you want to be long.
You got to be long.
Anything.
If long, yeah. If you're going to make a mistake, make it out of the end zone.
There was nobody behind Jeff Silvetti that time, so if he could have gotten it over the defender's head, there's a possibility Silvetti could have run under it for 6.
I agree.
But a tough day to throw the ball, too.
Well, let's see. Hopkinton brings everybody in tight. Let's see what they do. They hand it off to Deanna one more time, and he powers forward for 3 or 4.
Ricky Porter tackling that football, but Deanna holding on tightly.
So we're down to 30 seconds. No indication that anybody is going to stop the clock.
Hill is happy to run out the half, but I think they're going to have to run one more play. No, now they won't. We don't have play clocks here, but I think they've got about 30 seconds to get one off, and the official didn't start until about 25, so they're just going to run it out. If they take the 5-yard penalty, so what? No, they run a play.
He snapped the ball. It's Deanna, and he powers forward, but it's not going to matter because the half will come to an end. And at the end of a half on Thanksgiving morning, the score is Hopkinton 21 and Ashland 6.
An exciting first half thanks to Jeff Silvetti's kickoff return. We still have a ball game here, 21-6, Hopkinton. He's got 14 and he's about 12th. Very, very strange, huh? We passed the rule, but it didn't get to the printer, so it's They're a very disorganized group. A lot of conflict. And their members,
what are you girls doing?
The New York Yankees announced yesterday that they don't have any intention of trading out big players.
Are you ready?
Yeah, because
Ready?
because the Marlins didn't pay them
You can't hear it? I have it on. It's on. Okay, let's try it again. Ask if they're ready. Ask if they hear it.
Cheerleaders, can you hear the music?
didn't they?
Try it again.
I'll be gone for about a week. I have to check on the phone too. Yeah. A week and a bit. And the thing is, sometimes it's open on Sunday. Go. You could come back. I could leave him. You know what I mean? As it stands now, I might go to another game. They're playing Golden State Friday night. That's right. I don't know.
Are they playing? They were playing one.
No, but Golden State. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
My name is Bob Mantle, and this is Aubrey Doyle, who's the retiring athletic director from Hopkinton High School. Aubrey's had the privilege of being in over half of these games as either an administrator, coach, or player. Before we start, I'd like to thank a number of people in town who were instrumental in pulling this together. Malcolm Cheevers from the Ashland Lumber, Lou Mancini, who constructed and designed it, the Lions, the Knights of Columbus, who provided financial support, Chris Iarusi and the Carpenters Union 475, who constructed it and put it together, Chuck Enright, who did the lettering from Hopkinton, and a great many other people who've worked very hard to do this. Now, Aubrey, I'd like to ask you two questions. One, having been in this, is there anything you can say about the tradition of Ashland Hopkinton?
Well, it's something that we all look forward to, and it's the highlight of the season as far as I have always been coaching or playing or as an administrator. I played back in the late 40s, I coached in the late 60s, and I was athletic director until last year. I have been involved a lot. A couple of the most memorable probably was that 1947-76 Hopkins win. About 2 years ago down here when Hopkins came off, was having a losing season and came back and big down here in Ashland.
Yeah? Okay, good. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for the cable TV coverage.